You are watching today. Well, the parents of missing girl Madeleine McCann have this morning denied reports they received a letter from German police confirming their daughter's death.
In a heartbreaking statement, Kate and Jerry McCann say the claim is false and has, and I quote, caused unnecessary anxiety and once again disrupted our lives.
What happened to Madeleine McCann? On May 3, 2007, the 3-year-old vanished without a trace from a resort in Portugal.
Whatever it takes for as long as it takes, but there's still hope that we can find Matt.
Despite one of the largest missing person hunts in history, the case remains unsolved.
13 years ago, on the evening of May 3, 2007, 3-year-old Madeleine McCann disappeared from a holiday apartment in Praia da Luz, Portugal, while her parents were dining in a restaurant 55 metres away.
Was it a random act or something far darker? Stay with us as we dive into the chilling details of this case that still haunts the world. The disappearance on the evening of May 3, 2007, 3-year-old Madeleine McCann vanished from a holiday apartment in Praia da Luz, Portugal. Her parents, Kate and Jerry McCann, were dining in a nearby restaurant, just 55 meters away from the apartment. When they returned to check on their children, they discovered Madeleine was missing. At first, Kate and Jerry thought their daughter might have been playing and wandered off. But panic quickly set in as they realized she was nowhere to be found. They immediately called for help and began searching the area, but it was too late. Madeleine had disappeared without a trace. The McCanns had been staying in the Ocean Club Resort, a popular spot for tourists. The apartment where they were staying had been locked, with the windows and doors secured. It seemed like a safe place, and they had no reason to believe their child would be in danger. Yet, just a few hours after leaving her alone with her twin siblings in the room, their worst nightmare came true. Madeleine's disappearance sparked an urgent search, with police, local residents, and tourists joining the efforts to find her. Authorities were notified immediately, and the Portuguese police began their investigation. But the immediate response wasn't enough to secure any vital clues that could lead to Madeleine's whereabouts. With every passing minute, the hope of finding her alive seemed to diminish. As the night went on, it became clear that Madeleine had been abducted. The McCanns felt helpless, unable to understand how someone could take their child right from their bed. The initial search efforts were unsuccessful, and the family had to endure a nightmare of uncertainty. Days turned into weeks, and weeks into years, with no sign of Madeleine. Despite countless leads and sightings, she remained missing, leaving her parents in a state of constant anguish. The story of Madeleine's disappearance became a media sensation, with millions around the world following the investigation. The McCanns appeared in numerous interviews, urging anyone who might know something to come forward. But, despite the widespread attention, the case remained unresolved. To this day, the mystery of what happened to Madeleine McCann continues to haunt the world. Every anniversary of her disappearance is a reminder of the pain her family has endured. The search for answers remains a painful journey, with hope still lingering, but the truth remains elusive. Early suspects in the initial stages of the investigation, the Portuguese police turned their focus to Madeleine's parents, Kate and Jerry McCann, as potential suspects. The theory they proposed was controversial. The police suggested that Madeleine might have accidentally died in the apartment, and that her parents tried to cover it up. This theory was based largely on the use of sniffer dogs, which detected the scent of blood and a human body in the McCann's apartment and rental car. The dogs led investigators to a spot behind the couch in the apartment, which raised suspicions. The Portuguese police believed that Madeleine might have fallen in this area and died as a result. However, this evidence alone was not enough to charge anyone. The DNA samples taken from the scene were sent to a British forensics lab, but the results were inconclusive, leaving the theory without strong support. Despite the lack of solid evidence, the suspicion surrounding the McCanns caused public outcry. Many people believed that the couple might be hiding something, which only fueled the controversy. However, Kate and Jerry McCann vehemently denied any involvement in their daughter's disappearance. They maintained that they were victims of an unimaginable crime, and that they were desperate to find their daughter. As time passed, the theory that the parents were involved began to lose credibility. The investigation was criticized for its lack of direction and for mishandling key aspects of the case, such as the initial response to the crime scene and the failure to interview all witnesses. Despite the suspicions, the truth about Madeleine's disappearance remained elusive. Investigation errors in the crucial early days of the investigation several critical errors were made by the Portuguese police, which hindered the search for Madeleine McCann. One of the most significant mistakes was the failure to secure the crime scene properly. The McCann's apartment was not sealed off immediately, allowing potential evidence to be contaminated. In fact, the apartment was rented out to other tourists just a month after Madeleine's disappearance, before being sealed off again in August 2007 for further forensic testing. Another key misstep was the limited scope of the investigation. Not all guests at the resort were interviewed, and crucial potential witnesses were overlooked. The Portuguese police's narrow approach to the case led to missed opportunities for gathering vital information. Many felt that the investigation lacked the urgency and thoroughness required to solve such a high-profile case. Furthermore, the focus on Madeleine's parents as suspects, rather than following other leads, only served to muddy the waters. This early suspicion cast a shadow over the entire investigation, diverting attention away from other possible theories and suspects. As the investigation progressed, the police struggled to make significant breakthroughs, and their handling of the case became increasingly criticized. The errors in the investigation, coupled with a lack of forensic evidence and mishandling of the crime scene, left many questioning the professionalism of the Portuguese authorities. As the days turned into weeks and then months, the investigation lost momentum, and the hope of finding Madeleine began to fade. These early mistakes would continue to haunt the case as they set the stage for years of uncertainty and frustration for the McCann family. New breakthrough after years of dead ends and frustration. The investigation into Madeleine McCann's disappearance took a significant turn in 2019. German authorities announced they were focusing on a new suspect, Christian Bruckner, a convicted sexual predator who was believed to have been living in the Algarve region at the time of Madeleine's disappearance. This marked a major breakthrough in the case, as Bruckner was linked to several other crimes in the area, including the assault of young girls. The German police's renewed focus on Bruckner came after they discovered new evidence that connected him to the case. Bruckner had lived in a camper van near the resort where Madeleine disappeared, and his criminal history, which included offenses against children, raised serious concerns. This development reignited hope that the mystery surrounding Madeleine's disappearance might finally be solved. In addition to the investigation into Bruckner, fresh inquiries have focused on other unsolved cases in the Algarve area. Police discovered that there were a number of similar incidents involving assaults on young girls, which had occurred in the same region around the time Madeleine went missing. This raised suspicions that the disappearance could be part of a larger pattern of criminal activity in the area. Despite this progress, the McCann family has yet to receive the answers they desperately seek. While Bruckner's potential involvement has brought renewed attention to the case, there is still no concrete evidence to confirm what happened to Madeleine. The investigation continues, and the McCann family clings to the hope that they may one day learn the truth about what happened to their daughter. If you've been following Madeleine's story, you know the pain of not having answers. How is it that a child can simply disappear and no one knows why? The McCann family's journey is one of endless heartache, but will they ever find closure? Tell us your thoughts in the comments. Do you think there's still hope for finding Madeleine? And don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you never miss a twist in these unsolved mysteries. The truth is often stranger than fiction, and we're here to uncover it for you. Don't miss our next video, The Creepy Vanishing of Asha Degree, a girl who walked into the darkness, coming soon.